All right. So once you feel settled in your seat, long through your spine, letting the crown of your head kind of press towards the sky and the shoulders press towards the earth, we'll start with those three sighs, breathing in and letting it out. Bringing that down to the calming breath, a little less movement in the shoulders, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through a small space between the lips, maybe letting the head shake and the chin dip. And then taking a few breaths, deepening into that diaphragmatic breath. So as you breathe in, feel the breath come in the body and work its way down the body, filling and expanding it as it goes. And as you exhale, really gathering to center as the breath travels back up the body to go back out. So once you feel that engagement at the end of your exhale, let the inhale come in and step by step soften the body on its way down toward the tailbone. And then as you gather your energy back to center, let that feeling just kind of grow its way back up. So when you get to the bottom of the exhale, you should feel very stable, very strong. And when you get to the bottom of the inhale, you should feel very full, very abundant. And then we'll come into the bees breath. Inhale and sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down into lotus mudra. Breathing in. And then while I reread that poem between sun and earth, you might choose to make that nice warm motion with your hands and place them on your body. You might choose to just let the hands rest on the knees, just kind of finding that own space for you. And coming back to this conversation between earth and sun for early spring. Because sun, your face is so beautiful, earth. Don't try to hide it. I can see you smiling now. Earth laughs, still in profile, but slowly turning to face sun's ebullience. You know you can't resist, sun says brazenly. And yet somehow I do, replies earth dryly. But sun ignores the wry tone, joyous that the year is turning. The seedlings have been roused from their slumber and are sprouting tiny green cotyledons. The ewes have lambs at their sides, and perhaps best of all, earth is turning slowly. Always so slowly, but sun holds dear, and that will be lit and lush. Sun feels the season's pull, the stretching and the striving toward that one precious moment. So for today, sun smiles at Earth's profile, a harbinger of all that is yet to come. So again, as we take our flow today, moving from one pose to the next as slowly as you need to feel stable, to feel secure, and to really feel that stretch and that growth, but to let it be slow. When you see a plant and it stretches and grows too fast, it gets weak points in its stem along the way. And that is not our journey. Our journey is to not create weak points in our life. Our journey is to take it slow and steady, to stretch and grow, to really be present with the process. So let's remove our prop if you're sitting on one. And we're just going to start down on our back. And if you would actually like to put your prop underneath your sacrum, that might be a really good option to start off with today. So coming down supine with your knees bent, and then once you kind of rocked around a little bit, if you would like to bring a little cushion underneath your sacrum, just step your feet down and lift into bridge and come into that space. Okay. So I'm going to use the prop under my sacrum today, just giving a little more space for my low back. Again, if you are using a prop today, make sure it's not under your low back. Make sure it's really just under your sacrum. Once you feel nice and aligned through the shoulders, you can lift your feet up, knees are bent. You can really relax your low legs. Let the calves be super close to your hamstrings here. And then just one at a time, lift one leg up and bend. Lift your other leg up and bend. And we're just going to do this a few times, maybe noticing any tightness in the hamstrings, any resistance in the movement. We're going to honor any resistance, but we're going to keep moving. Let that repetition kind of help wake those areas up. And when you feel ready, let both legs join together. So lifting both legs and bending. And then let the legs stay lifted. You might flex your feet here. That's going to give you a little bit longer stretch. If it feels like that's too tight right now, you can soften the feet and come back to that flex later. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs. And we're going to do that movement that we do with resistance. So as you inhale, let the legs open towards V, but really press your hands into your thighs. Feel your arms and your pectoral muscles and your shoulders, really slowing that movement down. And then bring your hands to the insides of your thighs and same thing. Press your hands against your thighs, but your thighs are stronger. So they're going to slowly work their way back to center. And just do that a few times. Inhaling to open with resistance, slow and steady. And exhale, close with resistance, slow and steady. One more. Now, bend your left knee and then cross your ankle over your right thigh. And so right here, what I want you to do is to let the right leg bend and then extend. So your left ankle is just resting on the right thigh and your right shin is coming up to full extension like you were standing and then bending and working its way down. Do that one more time. And then as your knee bends, you can kind of grab onto your thigh or onto your shin, pull the legs closer to you. Feel that really great stretch along the back of the left leg. And then you can just kind of release, decrease that stretch, and then move back into it. Kind of decide how long you like to stay in the stretch before releasing it. And we'll take that movement one more time on this side. And then as you release, uncross your ankle from your knee and just kind of kick. You're almost trying to let the heels kick your hamstrings. Good. And then relax and stretch both legs back up. And let's come right back into that open and close. So hands on the outside, slowly open, slowly close. Two more. Now bending your right knee, crossing the right ankle over the left leg. And then you can start to just lift and lower the left leg, bending the knee and then extending. And the next time the knee bends, leave it bent and place your hands on your thigh or your shin. Draw the legs closer to you. And again, you're finding that right amount of time to spend in this stretch before relaxing it and then coming back to it. And then releasing, uncross your ankle from your knee. And once again, do that little kick, trying to kick your hamstrings with your heels. And then bring your feet down to your mat. If you have a prop underneath your sacrum, lift and slide the prop away. Okay. So cross your left heel to the outside of your right knee. Good. And then we're going to take the legs over to the right. So you can use your right hand, move the legs over. And as your knees move to the right, you can move your head to the left and extend your left arm out. If you feel this is a little bit stuck for you, you can slip your heel out from beneath your knee. But if you're feeling okay with this, let it just kind of be stuck and put a little more pressure from your right hand to your right knee. Then this is another one of those, you could lift your hand off the knee and kind of relax the pressure for a moment and then come back into it. But I invite you, as you put the pressure back down, to see if you can press the right shoulder a little more into the ground too. And as the shoulders press a little more flat, see if you can turn your head to your left a little bit more. And then release, work your way back to center. Between sides, you can hug your knees in and rock around. And then stepping your left foot down, taking your right heel to the outside crease of your left knee, using your left hand to guide the knees to the left. As you extend through your right arm and send your gaze to the right, remember your right palm should be up. That gives you a little more openness through the shoulders. And again, play with that, pressing against the knees with your hand and then maybe releasing it. And then as you do press down, remember to press that left shoulder blade more firmly into your mat. See if that gives you more width across your shoulders, and notice if that gives you a better turn of your head to the right. All right, coming all the way back up through center, uncross the heel, pick your feet up, shake around, roll a little bit. And then we'll come right up into our seat. All right, we'll do a few more little moves here just to continue helping us warm up for our flow. So once you get up into your seat, bring the soles of your feet together, Coming into Baddha Konasana, we'll start with those 3 butterfly breaths. So as you inhale, let the knees lift. And as you exhale, let the knees lower. Give them a little push at the bottom. You're finding that point of resistance and you're just nudging up into it. Good. So as you press your knees down, slide your feet away, creating more of that diamond shape. We'll come into turtle and flower. So you're going to rock off of one side and slide your arm under. Go to the other side and slide your arm under. And then just kind of rock back and forth a little bit until you feel like your arms aren't going to get any further underneath your legs. And then let your body just settle down. Let it sink closer to your mat. Let your breath be very full through the rib cage. And then flipping your palms so your palms are facing up. Start to lift. You're going to get stuck. Your arms are going to get kind of stuck in your legs. You're going to kind of rise a little bit more and then lift one foot up and lift your other foot up. And you're going to feel kind of squishy here like we usually do. Engage your core and then lengthen the spine up. Let the legs help pull the shoulders down. Blooming into our flower pose here. Engage the core more and release your hands. Bring your knees together. Stay in this variation of boat and just toe tap one at a time. Tap, 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 tap. Last one on each side. Tap. Good. Cross your ankles. Pull your legs in. Roll all the way over to hands and knees. From hands and knees, palms directly beneath the shoulders, knees beneath your hips, spine long in between, moving through cat-cow, again, taking your time. There's no rush. Feeling that nice, slow stretch of the front of the spine as you inhale, and along the back of your spine as you exhale. And when you feel like you've reached that full stretch of cat-cow, change it into the circular variation, which is as you exhale, you're rounding up and pressing back, letting the elbows come down. As you inhale, pulling the torso between the arms and pressing up into cow. Exhaling cat, back and down. Inhaling, pulling through and pressing up into cow. Good. So the next time you press back, give yourself a moment in child's pose. It's kind of settling in, taking just a couple of breaths right there. Maybe giving your hands a chance to do a counter stretch. And rising back up into tabletop. We're going to do that kind of barrel rolling variation of cat-cow. So you're going to let the elbows bend, let your heart get a little bit closer to your mat, and then you're going to push over towards the side, and then you're going to press and round, trying to arch like a cat. As you come back through the center, move to the other side, bend your elbows, let your heart get a little closer to your mat, and then push to the side and up. So your inhale is taking you to the second side and down, and your exhale is taking you to the first side and up. You're going to travel in this direction one more time, and then you're going to reverse direction. Inhaling to that first side and down, exhaling to the second side and up. Good. Stop at center, climb up to standing on your knees. And once you're up on your knees, take your left foot forward. With your left foot forward, make sure all of your foot is really being used on your mat. Your toes, your heels, the outside of your foot. And inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, row to one side. Sweeping your arms up. And rowing to your second side. Sweeping your arms up. Bringing your hands down. And just so that we know that our balance is good, our core is awake. Heel, toe in one time. Heel in, toe in. Feel your core respond. And we'll take that movement again. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Make sure your toes are nice and long. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and bring your hands to your knees. So take your foot back to that first position. So heel, toe back out, and then scoot your foot forward just a little bit. And I want you to lean forward, stretching that back psoas line, and just pull back. So your hips are right over your back knee. And then you're leaning towards that front knee and pulling back and leaning in and pulling back. Last little thing right here. You can kind of put your hand down on the ground for a little bit of stability, but you're going to take this front leg and send it out to your side and then come right back up. Here we are in Parigasana prep. So hands are down, lifting your right arm up. And as you exhale, side bending to your left. Rising just straight up, side bending to your left, straight up, side bending to your left, and come straight up. This time we'll take the baby half moon, so bringing your hand down. Place your hand on your hip, roll the hip open because that's a tendency to everything kind of shine down. Roll it open, shoulders kind of stack above each other, and then maybe take a lift of the leg and lower it, and lift. And lower. And last one, lift. And lower. Good. Bring the knee in. Walk your body through center. Take child's pose in between. Just 2 breaths right here. And then rise to stand on the knees. This time stepping your right foot forward. Get all those 90-degree angles going for you here. And then inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, row down to one side. Inhale up. Row to the other side. Inhale up and down. Heel toe in one time. We'll move through that again. Feel your core engage. You feel your bottom kind of pop out and your low back get gappy. Your tummy's not wanting to do its job. So let the tailbone point straight down, engage the core, and then reach your arms up and down and up and down. All the way up. Hands down. Bring your foot back, heel toe back to where it was. Scooch it forward. Lean in and back. Lean in and back. Last 2. And back. And in. And back. Sending this leg out to the side. Again, you can put your hand on the ground for stability if that feels better to you. Bringing the leg out, hands are down. Inhale, reaching your left arm up and over. Slide up and over. Slide up and over. Coming up this time, bringing your hand down. Hand on your hip, roll your shoulders and your hip open, like you're kind of pressing against a wall behind you. And then lift your leg and lower. Lift your leg and lower. And lift your leg and lower. Bring the knee back in. Settle into child's pose, and I'll share with you some of what Dandelion has to offer us before we come up to our feet. So Dandelion is all about perseverance. Dandelion is bold, bright, and sunny. She pushes through cracks in cement and worms her way into the mortar of stone walls, cheerfully. Dandelion's medicine is perseverance, but not the perseverance of the martyr. Instead, Dandelion is the eternal optimist, kind of like the fool in a tarot deck. She's always happy to set off on a new adventure in hope of learning more and digging deeper. She's not an airy optimist, though, with no grounding in reality. Her roots are strong. She's the shaman and the Buddha, and her message is this: happiness is an inner landscape that has little to do with where you're planted. When you're ready to make your own joy, whatever life throws at you, call on Dandelion to help. All right, so from child's pose, let's start working our way forward, lifting your head, lengthening your arms, drawing your body through. When you get almost to gentle plank, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Give yourself just a moment here. Bending your knees, setting your gaze into your hands, stepping your feet forward, fingertips come back to the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and come all the way up to standing. So I think Dandelion, let's just do a few monkey drums here. Dandelion is a really good example. It looks like maybe Dandelion is growing me where she shouldn't be, in these cracks and all of those things. It looks like maybe it's harder than it needs to be. But I kind of disagree. I think that because she's cheerful, because wherever she lands, she figures out how to persevere in that space and still, taking that path of least resistance. She just figures out how to bloom where she is, slowing that momentum down. Okay, so we begin this flow with Brahma Dandasana and we go through it 3 times. So wherever you are, taking a wide stance on your mat. Remember, your toes are at that 45-ish degree angle. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And as you exhale, bending your knees, coming down with that neutral pelvis. Feel yourself very grounded here. Your feet are steady, your pelvis is steady, your shoulder girdle is strong. Just feel radiant right here, sunny, warm. And as you inhale, rise. And as you exhale, hinge. Inhale, bend your elbows, pull them back, feel your spine go between them, and sunflower down. Rise up, and come right into sun god. Rise, hinge, bend and pull, sunflower down. Last one through. All the way up. Bringing your arms down. And we're coming in right into sunrise salutation, which we do 2 times. And if you're traveling with me, I alternate which leg moves on each time around. I know that you guys all know sunrise salutation, so again, you can tune me out totally if you would like to. Starting in Tadasana with your hands heart center. Make sure you feel the fullness of your feet, the length of your spine. On an inhale, reach your arms up. There might be a little back bend waiting for you there, maybe not. As you exhale, start with bending your knees. Let the tummy come down to the thighs, then round your back and bring your fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bending your knees, stepping back with your right foot all the way back. Bring your right knee down. Here you are in low lunge if you're traveling with me. Fingertips on your mat. Pull your heart forward. Press your shoulders down. From here, we come into downward facing dog. So circle the hips, rocking back. Palms come down. Lift your back knee. Slide your front foot to your back foot. Take a breath here. The next movement is plank or 8-point pose. If you're going to 8-point pose, bring your knees down. Bring your heart and your chin down. Your elbows aren't down. And then you're going to kind of snake slide forward to prone. So draw the heart forward, send the legs out, roll up into cobra, soften back down, press up into plank on the knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lifting your right leg, bending your right knee, stepping your right foot to your hands, bringing your left knee down onto your mat. Fingertips on your mat, pull forward. Relax. You're going to lift your back knee, and instead of bringing your back foot to your front foot, angle it so it's at a warrior one angle. Engage your core and rise into warrior one. And from warrior one, you can place your hands on your front knee, lift your back heel, straighten it, and step your back foot to your front foot, hands, heart center. If you did that flow with me, we're going to lead with the left leg this time around. Nice full breath in, reach up. As you exhale, bend your knees, bring your belly button to your thighs, then round your back, tuck your chin, come down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step back with your left foot. Bring your knee down. Let your fingertips glue to your mat and pull your heart forward. Really feeling the shoulders come down. And then relax the torso, plant the palms, lift your back knees, step your front foot to your back foot, downward facing dog, taking a breath. And then again, plank or 8-point pose, or plank on your knees. Working your way to prone and up into cobra. Back down to prone, up through plank on the knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Left leg splits, left knee bends, left foot steps through. You get a little help if you need, bringing the right knee down. Again, glue your fingertips to your mat, pull through, lifting the gaze of the face and the heart up towards the sun. And then relax, lifting your back knee and just angling your foot to a warrior one stance. Make sure your core is nice and awake as you rise up into warrior one. I like to take that nice open variation of really reaching to the sun with my heart. And then coming back through center, you can place your hands on your knee, lift your back heel, straighten your back foot, step your back foot to your front foot, hands, heart, center. Okay, moon salutation. So we start with our triangle. So leave your left foot right where it is and step your right foot back and turn it out. So your feet are going 90 degrees opposite each other. Going as wide as you feel is appropriate for you in this pose. Nice neutral pelvis, long spine, arms to T. Breathe in. As you exhale, starting to reach over your front foot. When there's no more reach left to be had, rotate your arms, gazing up towards the top hand. Bend your left knee. If you need more space for lateral angle, you can start to work your back foot back. Bring your left shin down to your left thigh. Take your right arm, swim it all the way down in front of you. Reach it out so your elbow creases by your ear, and then press your shin into your thigh to get you to roll your heart open. Next is our half moon. So I know some people can just put their hand down and lift right into it. That's you, go for it. Otherwise, come with me and square up. You're gonna lift your back heel, put your hand down. I always kind of hop my foot forward a little bit, place my left hand in front of my left foot, and then push my right leg off. You can stay right here. Or you can put your hand on your hip and start to roll. And then we move into high lunge. So putting a little bend in your left knee, stepping your right foot down, leave your heel lifted, toes down. Make sure you feel nice and long and strong, and then rise up into high lunge. Nice. Interlace your hands, release your steeple fingers. So push through your back right heel, and then side bend to your left. Good. Come up through center, and we're going to bring the right knee down. Bring your hands to heart center. You can leave your back toes tucked, or you can put the top of your foot on your mat. Inhale and reach your arms straight out in front of you. As you exhale, twist to one side. Bring the hands back. Twist to the other side. Bring the hand back. Good. Lean into your knee. You've already been here before. Bring your fingertips down. And let's pull back into that heron stretch. So let the sits bones lead you back. You can just lift your toes here. You don't have to sit your bum down if you don't want to, but you could sit your bum down if you wanted to. And then we come back to lateral angle. So as you start to pull forward, bring your foot down. Bring your your forearm to your knee. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, rotate your foot, and then take this hand that was supporting you on the ground, reach it in front of you, and then same thing, push your forearm into your thigh to open you up. Rising into warrior two, bring the arm back, lift off your knee, and then face forward. So right here, if this wide stance feels good for triangle on this side, you can keep it. All you have to do is turn your toes. This feels a little too wide to me, so I'm going to adjust and bring my foot a little more forward. Once you've found your base for triangle on our second side, reach your arms out to T. Feel everything strong and long, and as you exhale, hinging now over your right leg. And rotating your arms. Bending into your knee, letting the forearm rest on the thigh. And again, sliding that arm down, reaching it out, pressing down to roll open here. And then coming into half moon. And high lunge, bending the knee, stepping back. Make sure everything feels good before you climb up. Reaching your arms up, interlacing your hands, releasing your steeple fingers. Push really out through your left heel and then side bend to your right. Rising back up, bringing the back knee down. And leave the toes tucked to put the top of the foot on your mat. Hands heart center. There you go. Yeah. Reach your fingertips forward, twisting open. Back to center. Twisting open. Back to center. Place your hands on your knees, lean in. And pull back. Last two poses of moon, coming into lateral angle again. Forearm to thigh, toes tuck, lift your back knee. Reach through your arm and go down that back heel as you open. And sliding up to warrior two. Good. Coming all the way through to center. Shake it off. All right, we got the big guys out of the way. So now we come into a few poses to represent air and wind, storms and weather. And so we're going to do a few balancing poses here. starting with dancer. So find all of that strength, all of that equalness throughout the body, and shift your weight into your right foot. You're going to lift your left foot up. I always kind of like to kind of hug it in and find my ankle and then just open up around. But if you like to just come right into it from the back, that's great too. Once you find it, you have to kind of realign a little bit and bring your right hand to your heart. And as you breathe in, it's kind of like the wind just comes in and sweeps you right out into dancer. It's like the wind fills up your sails. So you're letting the foot really extend behind you as you reach your hand out in front of you. And you can kind of feel this strength here. Again, you're using your own resistance, and it can be a lot like that with wind. It can be very, very strong, very powerful. And then from dancer pose, we'll work our way into eagle. So let everything kind of retract back, release your foot, bend your standing right knee, and sit cross-legged down into it. Reach out your arms here. And because our left leg is over our right leg, we're going to have our right arm over our left arm. Good. So kind of sit down into it. So you're kind of like an eagle waiting for that burst of wind to invite you to go fly. And when you feel it, you're going to fly out of the pose, and you're either going to come back to dancer or warrior three. And then come all the way back through center, anchoring down. Maybe shake it out between sides. Preparing for the second side here, flowing through these poses that represent that element of air. Finding dancer first. Soft jaw, long toes. Into eagle, releasing the foot, bending your knee, crossing over. Reaching your arms out, opposite arms on top. Feel that nice big burst of air inviting you to come fly, and then fly right into warrior three or fly back to dancer. And coming all the way up to standing. Turn your body, coming into a wide-legged stance. From wide-legged, your toes are pointing forward. We'll come into a forward fold, waterfalling our way right down. So we're coming into that element of water. Inhale and reach your arms up. And so slowly as you exhale, just cascade your body all the way down. Good. So here I usually do side heron, but I want to give you an option if you don't like side heron. If you're not into side heron, plant your palm and sweep open, kind of like one of those water wheels. You can just kind of twist to each side here. But if you do like side heron, bend into your left knee all the way. You can lift your left heel up, and you're going to elongate your right leg, rotating your toes so they're pointing up, and then you'll kind of switch from side to side. So it's kind of like a long skier stretch. And when a heron comes into land, they're so long, they're so graceful. I love being in the water. And I'm going to come right into goddess squat. The feminine energy being very represented in water. So from this low space, you might still be very lifted here. Bend your knees and heel toe in once or twice. And then you're going to want your toes to be out and your heels to be in. Bring your hands together. Bring the backs of your elbows to the insides of your knees. And then bring your hands down. Start to lift your sit bones, lift your heels, and realign your feet so they're straight. And reverse waterfall your way right back up. Bringing your arms down, coming into the element of fire. Standing on your mat with your feet side by side. Inhale and reach your arms up. And exhale, sit down into chair pose. Nice and long through your spine. We're going to revolve chair right here. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the screen here. So when I revolve chair, I start to turn my torso and I tent my fingers, and then I let this hip that I'm turning towards push forward. So as I turn, my torso is pushing back, my hip is pushing forward, and there's something about tenting your hands that just gives you a little more space. And then come through center, move to the other side, come through center, let this flame grow tall, rise up, and then let it flicker, side bend. This is a pose we do all the time. Come up through center, side bend to the other side, and we're going to do that whole flow one more time. Come up through center, sit down into chair, twist, and center, twist, and center, rise, and bend, center, and bend. Good. Coming through center, and just bring your arms straight down, releasing them by your side, coming into this element of earth and plants and herbs, like our dandelions. So right here in mountain, rotate your palms forward, feel the steadiness of your feet, the length of your body. And then bring your hands to your hips, shift your weight to your right foot, and come right into your tree pose, wherever that is today. Release your arms down, and then slowly let them grow to T. Let them grow to V. And here we'll do a mudra. Interlace your fingers again, releasing your first fingers. And it's kind of like, this is our mudra of pouring out and letting go. But if you think of a tree and all it has to offer us, think of the tree offering its fruits to you, bringing the elbows to bend, heart comes to center, and tip your fingertips pointing down. Then release your hand and your feet, coming right back to mountain, palms face forward. Shift your weight to the left, come into tree on this side. When you found your balance, let your limbs grow. Letting them grow again as you're ready. Finding that mudra at the top. Think about that tree, letting go of its fruit to give to you. And right back down to mountain. Good. Inhale and reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees, come down into forward fold. Plant your hands on your mat. Step your feet back to tabletop. So right here in tabletop, we're going to come into pigeon. So take your left knee, bring it towards your left hand. Open your shin to your angle of degree. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, drag your right leg back, settle the thigh down. Might find some length here first before coming down onto your forearms. That little rocking movement. And between sides of pigeon, we'll come into that devotional variation of child's pose. So planting your hands, You're just going to bring your back knee just a tiny bit forward. You're going to round your back, releasing your front shin. As your knee goes back, let your arms stretch out and settle down into child's pose with your arms reaching out in front of you. If your forehead does not come to the earth, you can either bend your knees and bend your elbows and support it, or you can just let your head hover for a moment. From here, as we come forward, we'll take pigeon to the second side. So as you move your body forward, bring your right knee with you. So your torso is coming forward, your right knee is coming forward, you're opening your right shin to your angle. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knees, slide back a little bit more, creating more space for the pose. Lift and then lower, bending your elbows, coming down onto your forearms, and again, rocking. And this time, as we come back, we'll come into traditional child's with the hands either supporting the head or reaching behind you with the option of rabbit. So I'm going to cue rabbit, but you don't have to take it. So letting your hands come under your shoulders, lifting up, and move that back knee just a little bit more forward. Round and lift your torso so you can straighten your shin. Draw the right knee back to the left knee. Settle your hips over and maybe taking your hands all the way back behind you. If you're traveling into rabbit with me today, start to lift your hips and feel your head go from being supported on your forehead to coming to the hairline and then up to the crown. You can leave your hands on your mat here and just kind of feel the pressure of the head. But if you're doing full rabbit, you're going to lift your hands, interlace them, and then rotate them through the shoulders, letting the hands reach up towards the sky. If you lift it into rabbit, slowly bringing that down, back down to child's pose. And then from child's pose, lifting your torso up and shifting your hips to bring your hips down on your left side and your feet over to your right side. Coming into our Bharadvajasana twist. Once your spine feels pretty long, twist away from your feet. Release, swim your fins around to the second side. Nice and long, twist away from your feet. Back through center, and we're going to come right down into either Shavasana if you want to lay on your back, or Sukhasana if you prefer to stay in your meditative seat. As we rest either in our seat or on our backs, I'll just share with you more of Dandelion's wisdom. Most plants need a very specific climate to thrive, but dandelion adapts to a wide range of environments, which means that no matter where you are, and no matter what season you're in, you're likely to find dandelion hanging about. On a walk, see if you can find Dandelion's sunny face. If you want to, you can smile back at her. You might find yourself suddenly a tiny bit happier. Notice where she's growing and what she has overcome to thrive there. Is she standing tall or hugging the ground? Is she in sun or shade? Does she grow through soil or rock? What can you learn from your observation? Noticing when you come home from your visit with a dandelion that you might feel a little more able to handle the ups and downs of modern life. How has she learned to adapt? How has she learned to teach her new babies how to follow the path of least resistance? Dandelion does this amazing thing. When she grows on a lawn that's mowed regularly, she stays short, so her flowers pass under the mower's blades. How can we, like dandelion, adapt to the world around us? What little change can we make that will allow us to thrive in our current situations? When our moods turn sour and we're unable to maintain dandelion's cheerfulness, do we need a mood adjustment? Or are we pushing up against an obstacle that's taking us off our true path? Remember, perseverance isn't about putting up with untenable situations. It's about knowing the difference between that which is difficult but doable and that which is simply unhealthy for your soul. Knowing the difference between that is difficult but doable and something that just really is not meant for us. I hope that you can kind of hold on to this thought as you continue your journey throughout this day and this week in your life. When you feel yourself bumping up against resistance, is it asking you to slow down and work with it? Difficult but doable. Or is it simply slowing you down so that you realize you've gotten off track? And if you are supine, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch through your limbs. Unless you're wanting to stay in Shavasana a bit longer, then by all means do so. Giving yourself a moment to press back up into your seat. Inhale and sweep your arms up. As you exhale, wrap yourself up in a loving embrace. Inhale, sweeping your arms back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. The inner light in me sees and honors the inner light in each of you. Namaste.